at long last, it's the Transformers Legacy Haslab Victory Saber review on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
Hey out there in action figure land, Way I Got It Figured, back with another Transformers review. This time, and finally, the Haslab Victory Saber set. I received this set when everybody else did back in December, and just due to my work schedule and various other distractions, I wasn't able to get to this review in 2022, which is when I really wanted it to be done. So I do apologize for that, but we're here, and here it is. So I did open it to inspect, for QC issues, and I didn't seem to have any on mine, so I got lucky that way. I did get 2 of them, but I sold the second copy before I even received it, and I just mailed that unopened box to the buyer. So it was whatever one that I got was what I was going to have, and this is it. So there's a lot to go over with this set. The box itself is something to go over, and as you can see here, you have a lot of detail. So you got your Transformers Legacy, a close-up of Victory Saber, and then you have Star Saber and Victory Leo, and Transformers Victory symbol with the Hasbro down there. On the side, of course, Transformers Victory, Transformers. On the back, you got a product shot that really more looks like a render than an actual product shot. The V-Star, Victory Saber on the flight stand, geared up. And then on the side, you have the components of Victory Saber. So there's Saber, Victory Leo, the Brain Master of Courage, Holly, and Fire, all there. And the packaging itself is reversible, so I'm gonna pull it off and kind of show you that. So give me a second and I will do that. So I'm not gonna actually flip it because well, I don't want to mess up the box. But on the inside, you have the more traditional Japanese presentation of the packaging. So it's like there's the series and the artwork they did for C328 Victory Saber back in the day. And there's Holly and Earth in the background. There's like a starship. Maybe that's something belonging to Death Sars, who is off in the distance, perhaps being foreshadowed with the metal destroying cannon. There's a Karatomi logo, and then where the back would be, there's a product shot with all your components and play features. So there you go. That's the look at packaging part 1. And then we have your box, which has the equipment. And again, you can kind of hear things rattling around in the back because I untabbed the holders that keep it in. just so that I could make sure that I didn't have a bunk copy. But you have your stand, your shield, blast effects, the sword, and the cannons for Victory Leo, and of course the stand components, which I didn't remove from the packaging. You have a nice yet another foreshadowing of Death Sars and the characters that come in the box. It's this cardboard on the back. Here's his instruction sheet, which is in full color, which of course we never get to see in normal toys, but this is a Haslab, so they kind of had to go all out. Hopefully it'll make things clearer. And then there's a label sheet in there. And finally, we have the accessories and the Micromasters, which have come undone from their areas. So I can try and put everything back. Presentation purposes, here, and the fire goes here. So there you go. V-Lock cannon is next to Star Saber, and Victory Leo is there. Now I've checked over everything to make sure I didn't have any defects. Now there was one defect that people have reported that I did not check for, which is to see if Saber can in fact plug in the hilt of the sword so you can make his jet mode. So I guess we're going to find that out together. So yeah, very nice presentation. I mean, it is cardboard, you know, it's not super duper great. You know, having had Galactus, you know, he's all styrofoam and everything's very nicely done. I'm not complaining about this though. This is a real nice presentation, real nice set. I'm not going to keep them in the box. Of course, I'm going to have them out with the rest of my figures, but you know, for the purpose of the video, I wanted to make sure that you got the full presentation. So give me a minute to get everything out, and we will look at everything in turn. Alright, it's really tough to get everything in the frame that you get in the set. But this is all the contents of the package out and arrayed before you, like I do in all my videos. So there's numerous things to go over with this figure. I had debated this figure set. I debated doing 2 videos, 3 videos, you know, in parts to describe, you know, the set and go over everything fully. But just with time and brevity, I think we're just gonna do one big video and be done. So I want to go over as many of the issues that I'm aware of that I can, but I do know that the issues have been compiled. So on cybertron.com, I'll put a link in the description, and you know, credit Cybertron here. There's a list of known issues on Star Saber that people have compiled, and some of the ones I can point out that I'm aware of are the head crest of Victory Leo. So it's so tight that it could break or it could scratch his head. I checked mine. I manipulated mine when I got him, and I didn't have an issue. Now I was very ginger with them, but I didn't have an issue. There've been Victory Leos that got misconstructed legs, where they got 2 right legs. There are panels on the inside of Star Saber's legs that are like they got 2 right panels. I know I saw somebody got a V-lock cannon and it didn't have the handle. A lesser issue is Holly is hard to stand. Now, I'm not gonna knock him for it, because this table isn't the best table. What I should do is put like a piece of hard wood or something down so that they can stand on it, because this table is just not very stable. So I mean, it's stable, but it's not action figure stable, I would say. You can see in the background everything's sort of shaking around just because of the material that the table is made of. I mentioned the Saber issue, where Saber can't plug in, because there's like a post where it's supposed to go, and there's no hole. No hole has been sort of made for it to accommodate it. And those are the main issues I'm aware of. There may be others, like I said, and there's a compilation for that. So there goes Holly again. So we'll start with Star Saber, mainly because I'm curious about the status of Saber, which could affect his transformation. Now, granted, I don't transform my figures all that much, usually once or twice, and of course for the video, but so, you know, most likely they'll be displayed in robot mode. Even if I'm just having Saber out for some reason, he's probably going to be in robot mode. So I'm not overly concerned about that, but of course nobody wants a bunk figure. You know, you want your figure to be what you paid for, and you want it to work as intended. Nothing wrong with that. So let's see what's going on with old Star Saber here. All right, so I brought Star Saber up. Okay, so according to the instructions, just roll the entire head. You can see Saber's head. And then you have sort of like clasps here. You clasp in, holding Saber inside. And then you just disengage them. Seems like he's partially in jet mode already, so let us see how far we can take that. Since this is jet mode, I'm somewhat concerned with anyway. And the Brainmaster of Courage is in there, as you can see. It's funny, when you turn his head, the Brainmaster of Courage also turns. He's in a cradle, so to speak. Of course, the Brainmaster of Courage has to go somewhere. So the Brainmaster literally from Saber's face, as I'm sure long-time fans already know. Which then allows you to push down the head, close up the jet, and attach the front section. So there we go. So we're inadvertently looking at Saber first, but as you can see, the post in the nose section goes inside the jet, and the Brainmaster of Courage can sit inside the cockpit. There we go. There. And then you got extra fins, so you got the fins to complete the jet mode here. So there you have Saber in jet mode, and I can rest easy knowing that I didn't get a bad copy. I have nothing to complain about. And the transformation seems simple enough. So you have the hilt of the sword slash nose cone of the jet, and there are two little clips here, in a sense. They go in there, and it stays on pretty firmly. I don't think they have a post hole in the stand itself just for Saber, but I guess he doesn't really need one. Alright, so we did that. Now let's transform Saber into robot mode. First direction order. Remove the post, which as you can see was not all that eager to come out. Free up his arms. You fold these back down. Separate his legs. And then the open up. It's amazing how, when you get something this expensive, it doesn't seem to be any more flimsy than any other Transformer figure that I've handled. But, you worry about it breaking. You don't want it to break. Nobody wants their figure to break, and I get that. Hands are on the ball joint. You flip them out. Open up the Green Master of Courage, just plug them in. Close the chest. Maybe you want to have a little flare. Plug in some blast effects. And you got your Saber in robot mode. Not very difficult. I didn't use the instructions. I just sort of did it live so you can kind of see. It's not very difficult to do. So of course you can then plug the sword in like this, or the nose cone as it were, there. And it's the blaster. Which also takes the blast effects, which surprisingly he can actually support. Take that, Death Stars. There you go. It's not loose or anything like that. My dog is doing some stuff. He does have ankle rock. And as we saw, you can turn his head. Obviously, he can't look up or down because the brain master is in there. But he's pretty cool. He seems like he's about the same size as Bumblebee. He's very small for, you know, for a robot. So I'll get Bumblebee out and we'll check it. All right, so here's Saber with Bumblebee, and he is a little taller, not by much. I'm struggling to figure out an Autobot that would be the same size as he is. Everybody's either a little bigger or a little smaller. I think Huffer is gonna be taller. Thinking of mini bots that they've made. Cosmos, he might be around the same size as Cosmos. But generally there's your size comparison, just so you can see kind of how he stacks up against a known quantity like B. And we'll get him turned back into Star Saber, so we can go over Star Saber himself in just a second. All right, so he went back in very easily, and so we got the Star Saber once again. Many people have pointed out that he looks like a Gundam, and of course he does. The same person who developed Gundam was the lead artist that developed Star Saber, so there you go. Nice tight ratchets, as you can hear. He has pretty awesome posability. Wrist swivel. His hands open. He has Jetfire hands. So Siege Commander class Jetfire, which when figuring out a value of a figure, you know, Star Saber's been deemed to be basically equivalent to a Commander class figure. I think that's probably an apt comparison. For the, you know, articulation, level of detail, and general play features that you get. So you can stick the sword in his hand, and of course we're gonna be ginger about it because I still fear breaking it. I suppose is probably not the best position to be in with a toy. I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. You just plug the sword into this post by pushing in this blue portion of the nose cone. And of course you have the shield. I suppose how the shield would work is you plug that in there, which allows them to hold it, or you could just kind of clasp it on its arm. And hey, there's always the possibility I'm doing it wrong. There's kind of a locking mechanism to keep his legs locked. And it looks like if you push the articulation too far, it'll unhook. He does have a slight rocker on his ankle to about there. I mean, it's in there, but it's not huge. And you can see the ankle's rocking a little bit there, but not to a large degree. Not to a degree over which I'm willing to push it. And he does have the butterfly joint that they modified so that he could do a kind of double sword holding pose. But I do need to figure out what is the secret of Star Saber's sword. I want to do that. Ah, there you go. So simple. So simple it's hard. So you pull down the handle, and that frees up the slot for the sword. You can give him his sword. Theoretically, you can double reach. Yeah, it's close. Suppose for now suffices that he can hold the sword. I figured that part out. Yay. So there you go. Star Saber. He's got his sword. And the shield. There may be some other means of attaching the shield I'm not aware of. Doesn't seem like it though. And then there's a 5mm port. You can peg it in. shield on his arm, Captain America style. And of course there's a handle, and he could hold it just like he can the sword. But we'll give him his weapon, firearm. And there you have Star Saber and robot mode. By the way, yeah, it does have waist swivel. And as I already saw, you can have the head look up and down, which is very cool. The sword can be stored on his back using the 5mm peg. Many people have pointed out that it's part of the character. He's supposed to be able to do that. There you go there. And the blade can store in the slots in his legs here. I'm going to leave it like it is for now, but that's where they can store. And then there's a 5mm port here, which will accommodate or will it? Oh, here we go. The figure stand. You can see that, so it's kind of up his butt, but he can fly, which is also an important part of the character. His abilities, he can fly. Which will probably come more into play in V-Star mode, but I'm gonna mainly keep mine in robot mode. So there you go. All right, so Star Saber is done and accomplished, and what I would probably say is this is a good place to end for part 1 with Star Saber and Saber. And then on the next part of the video, I will go over Victory Leo and the 2 Micromasters. There's just so much to go over with this guy, and it's cool, you know. I've seen a couple of videos where some people were unhappy. They, thought they were getting something else. I don't know than what Hasbro advertised, and I don't agree with that sentiment. So far, this figure is getting a 10 from me. Star Saber himself, the set. It's good. It's not, probably what I would call 100% perfect, but I mean, it's like 90-something% perfect. I mean, this is great. This is a character that doesn't, I'm aware of just as a long-time Transformers fan. I know his history. I've seen the show. Do I have the strongest connection to him? No, because it wasn't designed for, it was a Japanese show designed for Japanese kids. So for me, it was cool. Transformers continued after it did in America, and so it was nice to see that there was some iteration of Transformers continuing when G1 ended for us over here. And I think it's a cool character. Yes, it looks like a Gundam, but I understand why. I don't really care about that. So I think he's awesome. And we will continue to explore the others in the next video. So as usual, if this is your first time to the channel, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment and turn on notifications so you know when I'm doing another Transformers video or any kind of video, because I don't just do Transformers, even though Transformers are my favorite. Everybody who's been watching, thank you for your continued support, and I will see you guys on the next video. Everybody stay safe. Peace.